What's up, guys? How are we? How are you? How's your day? Today is a worky work day. It is a worky work day. So I figured I would, I'm just going to let you know, I know that the title of today's live stream is Past Life Reports. I have a whole bunch of shit that I have to get done today. So it's going to be like a little bit of everything, not just past life reports, but like a little bit of everything. And I'm fixing to put up, hopefully, something that I can get to work correctly. I was trying to get a window up here of something that I have up, because as I was getting everything ready for today, one of the things that I was looking at is that Yule has an interesting chart. Yule has an interesting chart coming up, and wow, that got really big really, really quickly. I apologize, TikTok. I apologize. That was humongous, and I apologize. But I wanted to kind of look at it because, just because. I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to look at it, but we're gonna look at it because that's what happened. Because that's what's happening right now. So we're going to do that. We're going to put this down here. We're going to put this up here. We're going to put this up here. There we go. I just wanted to kind of look at what Yule is going to be as far as astrology goes. And so I thought, you know what, let's take a look at it and see what's going on. I think some of it, I wanted to look at it, especially last night after looking at the election chart that I pulled. So yeah, that's what happened then. So that's what happened then. One of the things that I find really interesting, so I pulled this for Greenwich, which is Greenwich, England, which is, you know, the 0 point of the time zones, all that stuff. So when you guys are like, oh, well, where is this chart pulled for? It's December 21st at noon in Greenwich, England. And so in looking at this, I pulled it before I started this live stream, and some of you guys that understand astrology, even just a little teeny tiny bit, right? You're going to immediately see all of this. All of that. So that's 4 big placements in Sagittarius. And I find it interesting that the sun placement is in Sagittarius, because technically it shouldn't be. Technically it shouldn't be. Technically it should be Capricorn. So I don't understand why this is showing in Capricorn. So let's edit this and see if we do an event chart. Like that, see, it's still showing Sagittarius, and I don't agree with this. Like, I don't understand why this software in particular is showing the sun as being in Sagittarius on the 21st of December, because technically that's Capricorn. I mean, unless I'm wrong, when does Capricorn season start? Oh, December 22nd. So I am wrong. So I am wrong. What? Am I ridiculous? Does my brain hurt? Like, I think that my brain hurts. I think that my brain hurts because I have never, ever, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's been a day. My head hurts. It is what it is. Everybody's electrical shit is still shorting out today. So you know what? We're just going to roll with it. But I notice up there that the moon is in Capricorn and Mars is in Capricorn, and both of those are in the 10th house. So those of you guys right now that are feeling this massive push, pull, etc., to get back to work, to get back to knuckling down, to get back to being the boss ass dude that you are, the boss ass bitch that you are, choose your chosen thing there. To get back to being the boss that you are, this is why. This is why. Having a Mars in Capricorn, first of all, that is the true sign of a workaholic. Let me tell you how I know. Having a Mars in Capricorn is the true sign of a workaholic. Having Mars in the 10th house is also a true sign of a workaholic. Having those both together, holy shit, bitches. So your passion, your drive, the things that motivate you, and like your anger, basically, the passion that you transmute into movement are in the 10th house, which is the career house, the work house. Put that in Capricorn, which is also the workaholic sign of the entire zodiac. Do you see what I'm saying right there? And then couple that with this down here. You have Saturn in Pisces in the first house. So the first house is like the self, right? So if you have all of these 5 placements in the 10th house, your sun, your Mars, your moon, Venus, which is beauty. You're seeing beauty in work, in career, and all of that stuff. And then you also have Juno right here. So for those of you guys that don't know what Juno is, this is basically like your love placement, okay? I know that Venus governs love and so on, but Juno is an asteroid. It's all about like your love placement, okay? Notice that Juno is also tied into Saturn. Notice that it's also tied into not only Neptune, but Uranus down here. Giggity. That's 5. That's 5 placements in the 10th house. That's 5 placements in the 10th house. Your career house. Notice this too. Well, let's talk about this first and then we're going to talk about Pluto. This has me off on a whole wild goose chase today. I'm not going to lie. Welcome to ADHD, Godmother of Magic Brain today. By the way, we're fully owning that mantle at this point. I already own all the socials for that. So anyway, let's roll up the sleeve. We're gonna just break this down. This is for Yule. This is for actually I have the damn day wrong. No, I don't. I'm on crack. Don't listen to me today. I was like, why is it not the 22nd? Because Yule is the 21st, dumbass. Okay. I haven't had enough caffeine today. Haven't enough caffeine today. I've already seen everybody sending me the stuff, all of the stuff that happened in Australia this weekend. I sat and cried as I watched that. Like, just it's heavy. I'm tired of it being heavy. I'm so sick of the world being so fucking heavy all the time. Like, I'm sick of it. So that prompted me to pull this. And I'm not going to lie. We're going to fast forward this to dark 30. Okay? Because here's what I was taught as a kid. So Yule is the longest night of the year. And what's funny is this comes from like my folk magic grandma. Okay? Not my Native American grandma. My folk magic side of the family. My Irish, mega Irish side of the family. Okay? On Yule, the night of Yule, that's the longest night of the year. Yule is the shortest day of the year. Okay? So on Yule, your ass is in the house by dark. You are in the house by dark. And if you go outside, you are in a porch light or whatever. Like, you don't go outside. Like, it's so weird. Like, I almost panic on Yule. I'm like, oh God, it's getting dark. Get in the house. You know, like boogeymans are going to come and get me. Because that's how I was fucking raised. And as I've gotten older and I've learned about it, traditionally, that night, there are bonfires lit because this is how Latin America has the Day of the Dead, right? When the world is open, and it's not just Latin America, it's also Samhain and so on. But everybody is familiar with the Day of the Dead and so on. When the bridge is open for ancestors to come back and forth, you make offerings, you set out veneration for them, you do all these things, right? So the ancestors can come back and forth. So Yule, the night of the 21st, that's when the nasties come out. That's when the boogeymen come out. That's when the nasties of all nasties come out. The bridge is open, the veil is down. Do some ancestors come back and forth? Yes. But it's the boogeyman. It's the nasty of all nasties. It's the haints. It's the little people, the nasty little people. It's all of like the nasties that come out. Do you see what I mean? So I was taught, you take your ass in the house when the sun starts going down on Yule. You don't go out. Period. And what's funny is this is my dad's birthday. So we always celebrated his birthday during the day, right? And then we were inside eating dinner at night. But I find it interesting as I've gotten older. That was a tangent. But I find it interesting as I've gotten older and I start to look at astrology. And when I started thinking, okay, Yule is this weekend, I've got, I was going through mentally, I started with the work stuff. Like I've got this live planned and this live planned and what do I need for this and what do I need for that? And how do I, I'm mentally going through like getting everything set up for the events for this weekend. By the way, if you haven't got tickets for the Yule candle service and all that stuff, there are still tickets available. You better get on it. Okay. I was like, you know what? Let me just pull an event chart for Yule, right? Now, granted, if you were to put this for Washington, D.C. or Houston, Texas or Sydney, Australia or, Tokyo, Japan, this would all be a little different, right? So I set it for Greenwich, England, like the zero time. Y'all know what I'm saying. Because we all govern our time zones off of Greenwich, the Greenwich line. First of all, I noticed those 5 placements in the 10th house. Y'all were feeling like you're ready to knuckle down and get back to work and get back to doing all of the things. That's why, right there. That's why. Those are some major placements in 2 really dedicated signs. I don't give Sagittarius enough credit. I'm going to. Every Sagittarius is going to be like, yeah, bitch. But I don't give Sagittariuses enough credit for this. But here's the thing. Sagittariuses are the other, like, workaholic zodiac sign. They just do it in quiet underneath the party time up here. They're all partying. They're like a mullet, right? Right? Except they're backwards. Because they're party in the front, business in the back. Like, that's a Sagittarius right there. Party in the front, business in the back. So you have all of those placements in Sagittarius and Capricorn in the 10th house, which is business and work and all of that stuff. So this right here is exactly why everybody suddenly is like, I am ready to get back on my shit. I'm ready to get back on the horse. I'm ready to get the show on the road in a fantastical way, right? And the other thing I love about this too is that the moon is in Capricorn in this. There's no emotion with this need to get back up on the horse. There's no emotion except for like vulcanized logic with, okay, the moon is in Capricorn. I'm feeling the need to get back to work. And there's no, well, but I really need to go like make sure that whatever is happy and so on. There's none of that. There's none of that. For those of you guys that don't know anything about having a moon in Capricorn, like that is the vulcanized Vulcan right there. If y'all are not familiar with Star Trek, get there. Get there. But think of the moon in Capricorn, the moon in Virgo, and the moon in Scorpio. As well, okay, not Scorpio. Scorpio would be more Romulan. So the moon in Capricorn and moon in Virgo. But moon in Capricorn in particular, that's Vulcan. Okay? That is like the Vulcan in Star Trek. Moon in Scorpio is more Romulan. They do have the emotional, like, bam, crash out at the end. But notice all these red lines right here. Notice all of that. Notice how almost every one of these placements is tied in right here with Saturn and with Neptune. Both of those are in the 1st house. So you have justice, karmic issues. You have Saturn, which is governing Capricorn. You have this intense need to fix shit with Saturn. Then you have what you need to do. You have goals, you have planning, you have all of that. In the 1st house, in the mental mind house. all tied in with all the shit in the 10th house, which is a ton of placements in workaholic mode up there. And then you have Pluto over here, which look what this shit's tied into, some crazy shit. You have Pluto, which is like how you look to other people and how you feel and so on, in Aquarius, which is another highly logical sign in the social house. And then you have Mercury in Sagittarius, and then you have Lilith in Scorpio in the 9th house, which is higher learning, philosophy, travel, etc. So these two placements right here. Y'all, this Yule is going to be so intense, it's not even funny. It's going to be very, very intense for every individual out there. I don't care who you are. I don't care what zodiac sign you are. This is going to be super intense. Get ready. Get ready. You got a few days. You got a little less than a week to Sunday. Sunday is Yule. That's when this shit hits right here. So you got a few days, right? A few days to get shit ready. You got a few days to get your whatever list you need to make, all the lists. You got a few days to start getting stuff planned out before this energy right here knocks you into like probably 13th or 14th gear. We're just bypassing 9th and 10th gear. We're just going maybe 99th gear, maybe 100th gear. I don't know. Before this knocks you into that. This is a lot of intensity. This is a lot of intensity. The other thing I want to point out too is that down here you have Uranus and Taurus in retrograde in the 3rd house. So this is the mind. This is your mental self, right? This is you not stressing about your fantasies anymore. This is you knuckling down. Taurus is another intense driven sign. And Tauruses are prone to fantasy because they are that middle sign, right? They're not quite the cardinal sign and they're not quite the mutable sign. They're the ones that they want to knuckle down and get shit done, but they also like luxury, right? They also like luxury and they want to, they want all the good food and the fuzzy blankies and stuff like that. But here's the thing. When you take all of the fantasy aspects out of a Taurus's radar and they're left with their true Taurus self, man, don't you stand in a Taurus's way for anything. Don't you stand in a Taurus's way for anything. So then you have all of this fantasy aspect taken out of the Taurus placement. And look at this. Look at what that's tied into. All of the things I just talked about, except for like 2. Look at that. So not only do you have all the workaholic shit in the 10th house, not only do you have those 2 intense placements in the 1st house, not only do you have some dark divine feminine energy in Scorpio in the 9th house, in the higher learning and philosophy house, not only do you have this need to not give a shit about how people look at you with that Pluto placement, you have it all tied in to Uranus and Taurus in the 3rd house in retrograde, meaning there ain't no fantasy bitches here. This is straight up, this is what we're doing with our life. This is an intense aspect coming up. I didn't even mention the Jupiter placement over there, which is in retrograde in Cancer, which means that, so the fifth house is creativity, inner child, and so on and so forth. And Jupiter is luck and all that. So this is also taking all of that playtime out of it too. There's another aspect of no play. No play. We are being super, super serious over here. No play. Like, I was talking to Scarly and Sass a little bit ago about some stuff coming up and so on and so forth. And now I understand why. Looking at this, I'm like, now I 100% understand why I feel the way I feel. And after explaining all this, I am sure that you guys are like, damn, that explains why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling. That's intense. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's not just, oh, well, maybe I could do this project next year. No, this is, let me take on 19 projects and I'm going to knock 20 of them out of the park. Do you see what I mean? This is a really, really intense aspect coming up. So I fully expect that this is going to be something that's going to highly affect all of us over this upcoming week. And to top it off, we have a new moon on Friday. So 2 days before this, we have a new moon. So we're going to come off of this intense last new moon of the year. Last new moon. I'm like spitting. I'm so excited. Last new moon of the 21st, the first quarter of the 21st century. Like, think about that. The last new moon of the year coincides with the last new moon of the 21st, the first quarter of the 21st century. And then you roll straight into this. Then you roll straight into this. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I like that I have my I'm back on my bullshit mug full of caramel apple coffee today. But let that sink in. How many of y'all are super motivated now? How many of y'all are super uber motivated now seeing that? I just feel justified in, to top it off before I pulled this up. So over here, right next to me on the wall, I have my whiteboard, right? I've had this whiteboard for a while. I have like 3 whiteboards, don't judge. So I have my whiteboard over here, and I have all my shit for like 2026, like the things I need to do, like the places that I've got to go, that I'm already scheduled to go, etc. The things I want to do, and the things that come hell or high water, this is happening, right? If y'all can see this, there are like 94 things on there. Probably 97. Probably 97, but I put more shit on there before I sat down to do this live stream. I sat here and I was like, you know what, I need to do blah, 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 blah. So this thing right here, I'm going to have to reorganize it in a minute because too many Capricorn things Capricorning and my brain is like, like I can't. So I'm going to have to reorganize that here in a minute. This is why y'all are feeling this too. Even if you are somebody that's normally kind of scattered and more whimsical and more go with the flow, suddenly you're feeling this intensity. Right there, that's why. What if you have to go out on Sunday night? I am so glad you asked that question. Temptum. I'm so glad. So here's what I was taught. Now this is just what I was taught. What I'm going to recommend is that you guys look up traditional things with Yule, because there were a lot of things that they did. Masks, fires, warding, etc. But there are also herbs, stones, things like that, trees, wood, etc. So yeah, do some research and see what resonates with you. Here's what I was taught. If you do have to go out, you always have a light on you. Period. You always have even in the 80s as a kid, we had a flashlight on us. Even if we were just going from the house to the car. From the house to the fucking car. I know there was a couple times when we had family in town and they wanted to go drive around and look at Christmas lights. My grandpa would, so let's say that we would all get in the car. The leader of the group, okay, I'm going to put that in air quotes. Usually it was my grandpa, but the leader of the group, there needs to be a designated leader of the group. Once everyone's in the car, you walk around the car. You walk around the car, and I'm thinking about it now. My grandpa actually always walked counterclockwise around the car. I had to think. I was like, because I knew someone was going to ask, is it clockwise or counterclockwise? I'm like, wait a minute. He always walked counterclockwise around the car. But he also would just take his finger and just mark the tires like this. I, as a kid, like we always thought he was just checking the tires to make sure that they were good. But now I know, no, he was putting his protection into the tires. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah. I now, as an adult, I ward the shit out of my car during the day. This is really gross. Because I don't like touching the inside of the wheel wells because it's just gross. Especially if there's like snow and ice and all that shit. Y'all know how that gunk cakes up in there. I keep chopsticks, like the ones that I have a bougie pair of chopsticks, okay? I have like an antique pair that I got at an estate sale. I only paid like $2 for it, so stop. But when I order like Chinese or Japanese or anything like that, I keep the bamboo chopsticks. And so I will take a chopstick and I will go up on the inside of those wheel wells and I will ward the inside of those wheel wells. I am sure, like I do it in my garage now, but I am sure that people thought I was insane, completely insane, or wanted to know, like, what the fuck was I doing with a chopstick inside my wheel well, you know? But that's what I do. That's what I do, is I take a chopstick and I ward the inside of that. I usually also will dip it in a certain kind of oil. I make up an oil of, like, protection. Birch is a great one. Birch, cedar. Usually if I have like rue, I'll add some rue to it, but birch and cedar specifically. And then like whatever else you want to add to it. But I just put that on there. If my car is dirty, and usually it is, I will also ward the hood. So yeah. But take a look at all of the different things out there and you guys decide what it is that you need to do for you if you have to get out on the 21st. It's an interesting evening. I mean, I could tell you guys some fucking stories. I can tell you some stories, like, yeah. But this is going to be a really, really intense day. Hi, sweetheart. Look at the astrology for Yule. That's like Sunday. Look at all of that. That's insane. Good morning. I love you. I don't know if something just got delivered or what. Bear was not barking, but growling at the door. So, I don't know. It just, when I pulled this up, I was like, I need to show you guys. Like, I need to show you guys, because this is an intense day. Like, this is a very intense day. So yeah. For those of you guys that are just joining on TikTok, if you just came in and you don't know what we're talking about, you should go back over on my YouTube and take a look at what I was talking about for Yule. Because that was a lot. I just spent like 20 minutes talking. Talking about that. I'll also have to see if I can break that up into 2 videos for TikTok or whatever. But yeah, also, if y'all don't follow me on YouTube, please do so. I had a very spicy morning. We're not going to go back down the spice, but let's just say that certain platforms that start with a T have nerfed certain things that do this. In the thing you carry in your pocket that has your monies in it, they have done some things to that, and so a lot of us did not get this that we were supposed to get, that we get every month on the 15th. It was this, and a lot of people are really, really angry, including a certain blue person that you guys all love, and so some of us had very spicy mornings about it, because instead of getting our, like, the subscription stuff that we work really hard for, we got this. And so I just want you guys to know that if you don't follow me on YouTube, you 100% should, because guess where a lot of my live content is going to be. I'm not saying I won't be live on TikTok, because I will. You guys know I will. But that pissed me off. So since January, this has happened 3 times. This is the 3rd time this has happened since January. It just happened in September, and now it's happening again. So just saying. So just saying. Like, it just, yeah, it absolutely pissed me off. And I know that I am not the only creator. Like, I don't bank on that, but like, those are my car payment. That's my car payment. So for that to be this, now I'm really pissed off, because like I said, I have a Mars in Capricorn. I have several placements in Capricorn. And I already explained like what Capricorn placements and like Mars placements in Capricorn mean. So yeah, I am 100% like big worm from Friday. Like, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. Like, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So if you guys don't follow me on YouTube, please do. I will be moving all of the lunchtime learnings over there. I'll be moving a lot of content over there. I did download everything when the big T was going away in January. So I've got to get all of those things starting to reschedule and all of that jazz. So all of that will be over there. But So my next few days is really working a lot with getting content uploaded and out on YouTube. If you guys want to take classes and you're not sure what to do, you don't, now I totally understand sometimes Wix is an ass because we're dealing with that. It eats messages and it's pissing me off. But if you guys are like, well, I don't really like the Wix app, I don't want to, do classes on Zoom or whatever. If you guys subscribe over on the big YT over there, every single Saturday, you get live classes. Now, this is for the highest tier. It's $25 a month. So you get classes. Now that I've got my stream key over here on TikTok as well, those of you guys that are subscribed on the highest tier, which let me say this. This is one of the things that pissed me off this morning. And if you guys subscribe to anyone on the big T over here, you need to go and check. You need to go and check because I can almost guarantee you don't now. I can almost guarantee you don't now. Let that sink in. So if you have creators that you follow that you absolutely love, and you are in their, subscriber lives, you get readings, you get whatever, go check because I can almost guarantee you that you are not subscribed anymore. I can almost guarantee you. I can almost guarantee you. So, yeah. So, between Christmas and New Year's, we're going to do a big YouTube drive. We're just going to do that. Just saying. What I'm saying. It's irritating. It's irritating. And I don't consider myself a big creator. I know that I know like 630-ish thousand people is not a small number. But I don't consider myself a big creator when there are creators that have like 11 million followers and stuff like that. I consider myself small potatoes. So if you think that, like me being mad that I'm missing that stuff, think of the creators that do have like millions of followers. You just nerfed. You just nerfed all of their income. I know that there are creators that make like thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a month on this app. And you just went. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Think about it. Think about it. Anyway, let's not be super spicy. I mean, we're gonna be super spicy. We're gonna be super spicy. But yeah. So I have a lot of stuff to do today. I have a lot of things to upload. I have a lot of things to get ready. I have a lot of things to do and so on and so forth. So that's why it's just come to work today with me, because why is that all crooked up there on the talk tick? There we go. We'll fix that. So yeah, it just is. You know what I mean? Anyways, we're going to get some work done. So what can I answer for you guys? What can I do? What can I answer for you guys to help you? Help me help you. I mean, that's the best way to put it, right? Oh, Leafy Lou, that does not surprise me. Leafy Lou said, one creator shared her monetization last month. It was 26 cents. Do you guys, I'm going to tell you. Okay. So normally with subscriptions, sorry there, I've got to get that. That's like a weird piece of wax. Not that I would have weird piece of waxes on my desk. Normally, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. With subscriptions, I make between $1,200, $1,500 a month. Okay. This is how much I got. They're pushing everybody to do the super fans or whatever. And yeah. When people talk about, oh, well, you make a lot of money with views and stuff like that. On Sunday night, and my numbers are down a little bit because anytime I move, like I've been on Mondays for a couple of years and now it's moving to Sunday, right? So I had 12,000, a little over 12,000 people watch me on Sunday night for Reiki and Zodiacs on TikTok. I made $56. That's how much. And that was only because a certain number of those people watched for over like 5 minutes. That's it. That's what I made. I'm actually surprised I made that much. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of surprised when I saw the thing because usually it's about $4 or $5. But for the entire month of November, and I had a couple videos hit several 100,000 views and things like that. $5.40. $5.40. We are rolling. We are Miss Asta over here. $5.40. And you know what's funny? I love the movie The Jerk. It's one of my favorite movies. And all I could hear was when he has to write the checks and he's like, $1.67. Like, that's all I could hear was $5.40. Like, you know what's really funny on TikTok? Like, this is what gets me. A year ago, that was not a thing. A year ago, the thing they had set up had all the creators way more happy with what they were earning on TikTok, right? I have, what, 635,000 followers on TikTok. Do you know how many I have on YouTube? A little over 25,000. That's what? 610,000 people difference, right? On YouTube, with the views and stuff like that, I make more on YouTube with 25,000 followers than I do on TikTok with 635,000 followers. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So yeah, so we're going to do a big push for the tubes of the U. Plus, let me just say this. I have some very, very, very fun, intensive things in the works for next year, and you definitely want to follow me on YouTube because I will only be putting a few little highlights on TikTok. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. That's the thing, Robin. Like, because I know how much I spend when you guys give me gifts on TikTok. I take those and I transfer them over to coins and I give them to other smaller creators because I know that when you get a larger gift in your live stream, it boosts you in the For You page, right? So if I go in and I see a creator that maybe they have like 5 people in there and they have less than 1,000 followers or whatever, I'm going to give them a galaxy or sometimes 3 or 4. One of my favorite new people to watch is Nunchuck Tyler. I fucking love me some Nunchuck Tyler. Shout out to Nunchuck Tyler because he always just makes me grin. Like, he just makes me grin, right? So I'll go in and give him some stuff he's getting a following and so on. So I do that. I also see like how much it costs to buy coins. And then I see like on my end what kind of coins I get, what I get from the coins that I already know how much it costs to purchase those coins. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just going to leave it like that. We're just going to say that. That, alchemist right there. It requires so much pumping out of content for little reward. Yep. That. And it's very discouraging to me, and I know to other creators as well, because we love this app. I do. I love TikTok. I love this app, and yeah, it's very discouraging. It's very, very discouraging. So yeah. What were you looking for?
Where's Vicky?
She wasn't feeling super great this morning, and she also had a contractor who was supposed to be there yesterday coming to work on her condo today. Oh yeah. What'd you say?
I don't know. I'm just such a busy lady. I don't know where I'll be day to day.
All right. Let me actually get some stuff done here. I'm gonna be finishing up reports. I've got the astrology thing set up because it's too hard to get all these things back and forth and not show a lot of personal information for people and stuff like that. But I'm basically editing. I've gotten all the stuff put in, and then I'm just editing to make sure that I did it all right, because I did a lot of these really late at night the other night. And yeah, so we're just making sure. So we're just making sure that all of the things are all of the things, right? Man, somebody keeps getting crap all over my glasses. It's me. It's me! TikTok, between 2020 and 2024, the beginning of 2024, end of 2023, was fantastic. It was fantastic. I am going to hold out hope that whoever it is that purchased it does it right. We'll say that. I'm going to hold out hope. You know what I mean? I'm going to hold out hope. So yeah. I'm going to hold out hope. So we'll just say that. I'm going to hold out hope. Because hang on, let me see here. All right. That right there. If they're smart, they'll look at how the changes they're making are losing money and fix it quick. That right there. Because they're fixing to have a lot of creators that are in the category I am, where it's weird, the categories that you're in as you grow, right? So the category between like 100,000 and 1 million followers is like the biggest category. And that is the one where we're on all the time. Like, we're accessible all the time to you guys and so on. And so if you take that biggest category, which is the ones that they actually do all the work, right? Not saying other people don't, so please don't take it that way. But if you have the biggest bulk of your people that suddenly go to other apps, I'm going to hold out hope. I'm going to hold out hope. I love TikTok. I really and truly do. But YouTube also gives a lot more freedom. YouTube gives a lot more freedom. I can say things on YouTube that I can't say over here. So, I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? I know you do. I know you do. So, yeah. So I'm only going to be on here for about an hour today. I'm going to make sure that I have all my lives updated on YouTube, so that way you guys can go over and register for the ones on YouTube and watch them as well. Yeah. So that's what's up. That's what's up. But now I've got to do some editing. Make sure I've got everything going. How's the dolls? Which ones? Which ones? But yeah, if you guys don't follow your favorite creators over on I have 3 tabs that are the exact same tab open. Okay, so let's not do that. If you guys don't follow all of your favorite creators on other platforms, you should. Like, you absolutely 100% should. I'm just saying, you 100% should. Oh, the new ones I got with my dad, they are good. Yeah, little baby Maud is right there, and the other two are right there. The cat got in here and got all of the damn cat balls. The cat got all of the damn cat balls. I love him. I mean, they are called cat balls for a reason, you know, like they're just saying. But I will say, much to Sass's chagrin, we are going to move forward with the Hall of Dolls in the church starting this spring. So if you guys have a doll or you come across a doll that you would like to donate to the Hall of Dolls in the church, please reach out. You can send it to the P.O. box. If you come across one and you're like, I don't want this bitch in my house, like whatever, you just let me know. Sass is going to love me and never come to the church again. But let me say this. There is something amazing that's being planned this next spring and summer. And the Hall of Dolls will be a part of it. So if you guys have any dolls at all that you would like to donate to the Hall of Dolls, bring it. Bring it. Just saying. I'm surprised I don't have text messages from Sass right now with the dagger eyes going on right now. I'm just saying. What am I even looking for? There we go. I'm looking for something specific on here. I mean, being friends with me comes with some interesting things. Comes with some interesting things. That's the price you pay. Yeah, see, Scarly knows. Scarly knows. Yeah, Scarly knows. Scarly knows what's coming in that chat. Well, what's funny is, I mean, I have a ton of dolls that I have picked up in my travels, and none of them that are in my house right now are going to go to the church. Because here's the other problem. I do have it open for, paranormal investigations. And so I don't want some of them to disappear. Does that make sense? And so the Hall of Dolls will be very specific to where the dolls are not able to be taken down. And yeah. I have a whole bunch of things that are going to be taken up to the church as well. I kind of can't wait for March to get here. I'm just saying. You know, it's really funny. I used to, oh my God, Alex, stop. Alex said, I think I have one for the church. It was from the troll person. When I find out, I'll ship it over. Stop. I love your face right back. Thank you, Posey. I just lost my whole train of thought, but it's all right. It's all right. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay. I really need to find. I found the website, and I've got several in my cart that I want to order. The little mountain trolls. I know they're not called mountain trolls, but they're the little weird Cousin It looking dolls with the big eyes. I finally found their website, and I have several in my cart, but I want an old one from like the 80s, the 70s or 80s. Like I want an old one. So yeah, I guess I could look on eBay, huh? Yeah. I guess I could look on eBay. Or maybe even Etsy. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I don't think that's it. Nope, wrong one. There we go. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about so you'll know, because I know that we all were trying to figure out what they were. And this is them, okay? This is them right here. So hold on. Let me find them. These guys right here. These. I need them. I need them. But look, they even have like little wizardy ones. They have pets. They have all this stuff. Like, look, they have witches. I need them. I know you guys over on YouTube can't see very well. There we go. Arson back trolls. I need them. I need them. I'm just saying. I remember growing up seeing them as a kid, like everywhere, and I never ever was able to get them. Get one. So yeah. Pick up one at the studio. See, look. There's even Troll Mountain. Their 54th year on Troll Mountain. All visits are by appointment only. I'm so excited. Stop it. Okay, that's going to happen. We're reaching out to that. We're reaching out to that. We're reaching out to that. But tell me that these are not... Look, I need a travel troll for the car. Like, look. Tell me they're not the cutest damn things. Oh my god, look at the little bikini troll. Look, I need that one. I need that one. Look at it. That one has black walnuts on it. Everybody needs that one. Look. Look, tell me they're not... Look. Tell me that you don't want one now. Tell me that this is not your new obsession now. Tell me that you look at that and go, oh my god, those are terrible. Tell me, because if so, we're not friends. So, yeah, this is what I was talking about. They used to be everywhere. I remember when we were traveling to Missouri to go to our cabin when I was a kid. These were like, I saw them everywhere. The knockoff ones too. Like, I saw them everywhere. And so, yeah, I need them. I need them. Oh my god, look at the little grape. Stop it! I need this one. It's blue. It's blue. I need it. Oh, some of you guys have never seen these before. What? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I remember seeing these as a kid everywhere. Yeah, I remember seeing these as a kid everywhere. I want some so bad. And now that I know I can schedule an appointment to come. If you go to trolls.com, you'll find them. They're arson bach trolls. So yeah, trolls.com. They do tours. Look at how beautiful that is. Look how pretty that is. Look at. Just saying. Oh no, it's by Gatlinburg. Oh no, I have to go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Oh Tim, oh no. I actually have, all right, y'all, story time. See, this is why I get no work done. Story time, and then I'm going to get off of this live stream and get some work done, and I'll see you guys later tonight. But, so I have as you guys know, I just lost like my last grandma right before Thanksgiving. So her baby sister is named Doreen, and they live in Tennessee. So Doreen, now I in my brain cannot fathom being pregnant at the same time as my mother. You know what I mean? Like I can't brain that, right? But like that was a normal thing. So my dad has a couple of aunts that are younger than him. And so Doreen is the baby, and I think she's actually younger than my dad. I'm pretty sure she's younger than my dad. But Doreen is married to a man that we all call Uncle Beetle, right? So they were kind of our favorite growing up because they were like hippies and they were bikers and they rode up on their Harley to visit us in Colorado, and like they were cool and they lived in the mountains. Like I'm just saying, like Doreen and Beetle were like our favorites, right? Because they were just cool like that, you know? And so at the funeral, they were here, and I mentioned to Doreen that I needed to come and just visit them because I gave her one of my IVs to take home and so on and so forth and stuff like that. So they're on the way to Troll Mountain. So what I just heard was what I just heard in my Bodhi brain was that when I go to the church, then I can visit my favorite, great aunt, but Doreen and Beetle, and then I can go to Troll Mountain and I can get a troll, and then I can go to the church, and then I can be happy. That's what I just heard. Come on, tell me that's not a great trip. I'm just saying. I'm curious before I get off of this live stream. I know every one of you has an aunt, an uncle, or something like that has a weird name. You call them a weird name. So like, we have Doreen and Uncle Beetle. And Uncle Beetle. So I'm just curious. I'm just curious, y'all's most interesting aunt. I say aunt because I don't know, because of where I grew up, I guess. I get made fun of for it a lot, but I'm curious. An Uncle Cookie. I'm curious. I just want to know. I want to know your most interesting aunt and uncle names. We're just going to leave the Wish Keeper troll up there. I need it. I'm fixing to order it. An Uncle Bumpa. I love it. An Uncle Bumpa. Unky. I've heard that one a couple of times. Fluffy. I mean, also, just think about it. The weird things that we call aunts and uncles and stuff like that, like, it just makes you happy, right? Like, it just makes you happy. My grandma had a sister named Bertha. She was the oldest, and she was, like, a flapper in the 20s, and she was, like, I swear, she was barely 4'10", if that. Like, she was the tiniest little wispy thing. She smoked. She had the long black thing that held her cigarette. She cussed like a sailor. She was married to a famous musician, and her name was Bertha, and they all called her Bert. And so was Aunt Bert. Aunt Bert was coming. So we all loved her. But, like, think about it. Think about it. All those fun names, they make you happy, right? They make you happy. So I'm just saying. Bubba and Porky, stop it. Stop it. That's funny. That's funny. Birdie, I love it. I love it. I think Bertha was like a very common name back in the day, or more common than it is now. More common. And then, we all talk about Big Bertha and all that stuff and so on, Well, guys, I'm going to get off of here so I won't go down more troll rabbit holes. We started this whole thing with like a very, very serious look at Yule, and now we ended here. Now we ended here with trolls, with a blue wish troll that I'm fixing to order because I need it really badly. I need it really badly. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. I love you guys. I will see you later. And, I'm going to be on like every single day this week. But don't forget, if you don't follow me in all the places, especially on YouTube, please make sure that you do. So, all right, guys. I love you. I'll see you later. Yeah? The answer is yes.